Today, I've got a special treat for you. I asked a few of my teammates to answer 3 questions for you, the listener. So listen in for episode 14 of the Official Triathlete Podcast. Enjoy! Hey there, this is Danita. Some people know me as a nurse, a leader, and health expert. Other people know me as a coach, race official, and seasoned triathlete. But at the end of the day, I'm simply a friend with a mission. I want to help you transform your life. My goal isn't to help millions. My goal is to help you. Welcome to the Official Triathlete Podcast, where you will learn about all things triathlon, broken down into bite-sized pieces. You will hear about the very basics of multisport and how we can blend life demands with fitness goals. My approach is different because I am blending my 20-plus years of healthcare and athletic experience to help you be the healthiest, happiest, and most balanced athlete you can be. You really can reach those admirable goals, and I'm here to help you get there. If you have a question or a topic idea, get in touch and let me know. After all, this show is for you. Enjoy! Hello, my friends and fellow athletes. Thanks for tuning in. I'm so grateful that you are here. I always start with a little message from my Train with Heart program. It's my mission to transform the whole athlete, and so Heart not only develops and prepares the body for improved athletic performance, but aims to optimize the whole person through healing, empowerment, awareness, reflection, and transformation. So each episode, I share a little snippet from how I help my athletes with one of these elements. Today, we are going to discuss reflection. As I hit the record button today, I am thinking about my weekend. On Saturday, I ran my first 5K this season, and on Sunday, I started the day by meeting one of my athletes at the gym for a swim. Before I talk about the race, let me just say what a blessing it is to me that I got to spend time with Chelsea this morning. I just want to tell you a bit about her. She is training for her first ever triathlon. I am so excited for her. I can hardly wait. But I bring this up just to mention that it takes courage to do something you've never done before. This athlete hasn't swum in 20 plus years. She has a mountain bike she barely rides and can only run for a few minutes at a time. But this is not holding her back. She is ready to train and is excited to race. And I am so excited that she chose me to help her. She's just another great example of a regular person with a busy life that is working towards doing something extraordinary. By the way, I coach virtually too. If you want to learn how I can help you using my unique approach, head over to trinursecoaching.com and sign up for a free 30-minute goal-setting session. Okay, on to reflection. In episode 4, I shared a reflection tool with you and walked you through how I help my athletes reflect on their races. So I'm going to walk you through my own race day reflection today using the what, so what, now what method. The what. I ran in the Harwood Dash for Disability 5K in Memphis on Saturday. It was a cold morning, around 34 degrees. I finished at 32 minutes, 31 seconds, and placed 39th out of 157, 19th female, and 7th of 34 in my overall age group. Not bad, considering I haven't trained enough. What went well? Well, I finished. I was hoping to finish in less than 35 minutes, which I did. I only walked through the water stop and did a 20-10 interval for the first half of mile 3. My body was like, we tired. So I listened to my body and I did a handful of 20-second runs, 10-second walk intervals until I could see the finish line with about a half a mile to go. What didn't go well? I let the excitement of a race and my ambition to keep up with a friend who is a bit faster get to me, and I started out way too fast. She said she was going to run it in under 30 minutes, which she did, and I decided to ignore my own plan and see if I could keep up with her. Why did I do that? I knew better, but I tried anyway, and when I got to mile 3, I was wiped, and I knew I had to slow down. So what? I probably would have run the entire race and possibly in the same or better time if I had paced myself from the start. It's usually better to start a little slower and build speed, but the truth is, I haven't been running enough. It's been cold, and I used that as an excuse. But I am proud of myself for signing up and going and finishing. What are the opportunities for growth and improvement? Well, it was a rude awakening that my body is simply not trained up enough, and I need to start putting in a little bit more effort. That's okay, though. Sometimes I need a little kick in the rear end. I've often said it's hard to know where you are when you know where you've been. But that's the thing. I've been trained up for big events before, and I can do it again. Now what? I need to train. In fact, I need to run quite a bit this week. I've got another race coming up next weekend. I'm running a 50K relay with some teammates. I've got to run one of the 10K loops. So here's to a week of building a little distance. What are 3 things I can do now? Well, stretch my achy muscles, eat plenty of protein to help repair my muscles, and run at least 4 days this week. So that is reflective practice. I've created a post-race breakdown worksheet to help you with your own reflective practice. You can get your free copy at trinursecoaching.com/worksheet. So my team's annual meeting is among the many things that my multi-sport team does together. It's a fun event for the team to get together for fellowship, reminisce on our previous year's accomplishments, celebrate wins, laugh about challenges, and plan the upcoming season. I will take a moment to brag because I am so proud to be part of such an awesome team. There are well over 100 of us, from brand new beginners to championship qualifiers. My teammates represented us in multiple countries and nearly half of the state in 2022 alone. My team makes an impact. And it's not just about the athletes, it's about the community. We host events for various charities. We gain funds to create more awareness about cycling safety. We focus on the upcoming generation by hosting a kids' triathlon. Anyway, it's always great to get together with teammates in a non-training environment. However, I will admit, sometimes it's easy to forget that we can all clean ourselves up so nicely. When I'm with my team, we are dressed in blue and orange. We have our hair tied up. We are sweaty with swim caps, bike helmets, or visors on. It's a totally different look when we have the opportunity to show up for a social-only activity, hair did, makeup on, and regular clothes. For us in the Mid-South, we are exiting winter and getting ready for the upcoming season. Many have their season already mapped out. It's just what we do as triathletes. Most of us do some of the same local races every year, and some of us plan a little bit of travel. For me, oh, dare I say it, if I put it out there, I have to do it. I am taking on Ironman number 3 this year, Ironman Wisconsin on September 10th. So here's the thing. Once you've experienced the thrill of finishing a multi-sport event, it's like your heart starts to long for it again. It is the most amazing feeling to cross the finish line. It's literally indescribable. I've done some big things in my life. I've graduated college twice. I've had babies. I've had incredible jobs with great accomplishments. And I've done hard things. I've overcome some challenges. But I cannot describe to you the amazing feeling that comes from crossing the triathlon finish line. Oh, anyway, I'm getting off topic. As a committee chair, I had responsibilities at the annual team meeting, so I only had a few minutes to pull aside a few teammates to answer a few questions for you. I thought maybe you would appreciate hearing from some other triathletes besides just me. So I asked 6 of my teammates to answer 3 questions. Number 1, why do you love triathlon and endurance sports? Number 2, why is it important to be part of a multi-sport team? And 3, what is your best transition tip for beginner triathletes? I asked this last question because that's what we're digging into next week, transitions. So let's dig into these questions now. Now, these athletes come from various walks of life, each with different strengths and with different challenges. Their triathlon and endurance sports experience ranges from 2 to nearly 40 years. All 6 of them are pretty amazing people, and I am grateful that they were willing to share a bit with you. I know it is because they love the sport and they love to support the community. So I hope you will find a bit of inspiration in their words. Here's a short introduction from each of them.
My name is Francisco, and I am with Memphis Thunder. I live in Memphis, originally from Texas. I've been doing triathlon since 1985.
Hi, I'm Liddell George. I am part of the Memphis Thunder racing team. I've been in triathlon since 2013.
My name is Cliff Abeleys. I'm in Memphis Thunder Racing. I have been doing triathlon for 7 years now.
My name is Meg. I've been a triathlete for a little over 5 years. I'm from Alabama, and I'm currently living in Memphis, Tennessee. I'm a part of Memphis Thunder Racing.
I'm Sean Madigan. I'm on Memphis Thunder Racing in Collierville, Tennessee.
My name is Dawn. I'm from Olive Branch, Mississippi. I've been a triathlete for about 2.5 years.
First up, I asked, why endurance sports? I mean, why do a triathlon?
It helps me it helps me compete against myself, and it helps me stay fit, and it helps me keep mentally straight. And the camaraderie of the community is the number one thing that I love about multisport and endurance.
I love triathlons because it is a way for me to stay healthy, socialize with people, my teammates especially, and it's a fun competitive thing that you can do for your entire life.
I love triathlon because it helps keep me in shape.
I think the biggest reason why I enjoy triathlon or multisport is understanding where the abilities, how far I could push myself, my mind, and my own body. I don't necessarily compete against others, even though that's what we're doing. It's what I can do with myself.
Multi-sports, I like individual sports, actually. Yes, I am a team player, but I do like individual events that I have the control of the results. But I do like endurance sports because they push you beyond your own limits of what your mind thinks you're capable of doing, and pushing you outside of that and proving yourself that you can do more.
I love all of these answers. I think my biggest takeaway is that endurance sports not only work your body, but also work on your mind. Whether sport provides mental relief or tests its limits, mental health is improved either way. You see, our minds are healthier when challenged. And as we see gains in success, we feel better about ourselves. And though triathlon and endurance sports are typically individual activities, it's also a social sport. It's something people have in common. I was just talking to a mom the other day who felt like she sort of lost herself since she had kids and felt like no one but other moms wanted to be friends. Hey, I can relate. I've been there. But the thing about triathlon is, it does not matter your age, your gender, your occupation, your marital status, your parent status. Anyone with any background can get involved and make friends. You now have something different in common with people, something new to talk about, learn about, improve at, and help others with. Next, I asked, why be on a multi-sport team or part of a triathlon club? I think you're about to see a trend.
So the best part about being on a multi-sport team, for me personally, is the training aspects, being able to train with team members. You find people that are slightly faster than you and you try to keep up with them, and it really makes you a better overall athlete in the long run.
It's important to be on a multi-sport team, also due to the friendships and camaraderie, but also health and travel as well.
Ooh, the value of being on a tri team. I would say the teammates and the support, but I think I would say more around accountability, holding you accountable to your training plan, to the activities that go around, not to mention competing with your teammates.
I think it's important to be part of a multi-sport team because of the camaraderie and the training partners you have along the way.
Best part about being in a multi-sport team is the camaraderie of being on a team, as well as the opportunity to meet up with training partners and compete against the best.
Being a part of a multi-sport team obviously has quite a few benefits and perks. The biggest one, your teammates pushing each other, driving each other to do better. Accountability, going on long rides or long runs is always more positive than doing it solo, even though we need to do that.
So, what common answer did you hear? I heard about camaraderie, friendship, and partners. It's about people and relationships. Being part of a group allows you to learn from each other, get better, get faster, stay accountable, and just have fun together. Triathletes love helping each other. I dig a little deeper into this in episode 10, so go back and have a listen to the listener questions episode. All right, the last question I asked was, what is your best transition tip? Everyone has their own way, and there is no right or wrong way. You will develop your transition process over time. You'll try things that work great, and you'll try things that just don't work for you. My suggestion is, as you get involved in multisport, try the things that interest you, from the things you see others do, and from suggestions you are given. And if it works for you, perfect it. And if it doesn't, find and try another way. My example is socks. Many triathletes skip wearing socks. It's just another thing to do that takes up time. Try putting a sock on wet feet. For me, putting socks on is worth the extra few seconds, though. Could I shave a few seconds if I didn't? Sure. Is that important to me? Not right now. So I found a way to get my socks on super fast, and that's just how I do it. Okay, let's get to the answers.
My best transition tip would be to take your time and make sure you have everything you need before you leave transition.
I'll expand on this. Just before the race starts, transition will close, meaning athletes must exit the area and head to the swim start. You will want to make sure you have the things you need, like your cap and goggles.
My best transition tip for a beginner, gosh, I've got so many of them, but the best one is to calm down and do it fluid.
My best transition tip would be to keep it simple. So only bring exactly what you need. Don't bring anything extra. It slows your transition down because you're having to think and plan out when all you need are the basic things: the helmet, the shoes, the running shoes, the race belt, the hat. Keep it simple and your transition will go much smoother and you'll forget less and carry much less.
Best transition tip for beginners is, without a doubt, keep it clean. You don't need to bring everything in the kitchen sink. Less is more.
So it's easy to be all hyped up in transition. You've just finished the swim or the bike, your heart rate is high, and many people are nervous. Just slow it down a little bit, and the less stuff you have, the less you have to get flustered with.
My best tip for transition, whether you're a beginner or a veteran, is to leave your shoes clipped in.
Great.
Okay, let me elaborate. Some triathletes who have practiced this over and over and use shoes that clip into the bike pedals will leave their shoes clipped in so they can run and hop onto their bike rather than putting their shoes on in transition and running in them, which is difficult because of the cleat. Go back to episode 12 for info on that. This is a bit of an advanced move and requires practice, but it does speed transition up and looks pretty cool too.
My best transition tip for beginners would be practice your transition. It is not just 3 sports. It is actually 4 sports, meaning transition is also a sport.
Yep. The best thing you can do is to practice. Make it part of your training. Just like you need to develop skills for swimming, cycling, and running, you must also develop transition skills. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed hearing from just a few of my teammates. I could have spent all night asking questions, but we did have to get to business. It was our annual team meeting after all. Now, I've saved a treat for last. Well, it's at least a treat for me. At the last minute, my teenage daughter wanted to participate too, so she answered the same questions. Here you go.
I'm Evelyn Torres. I'm 14. My racing age is 15 now, and I've been doing triathlons since I was super little. I raced as an adult last year for the first time, and I'm a part of the Memphis Thunder team. I love triathlons because I was exposed to them when I was younger, so they were a part of my childhood, and I honestly love that sporty feeling that I did it when I crossed the finish line. I like being on the tri team because I like having a team that's always there to support you, and I don't feel alone when I'm racing because I have those people that are on the team right next to me, and it helps mentally, the mental challenge that you have to overcome to do these races. My best transition tip is to have a water bottle ready for you to drink at least half of it before you go out on a bike or a run. It feels great.
Evelyn started triathlons when she was little. She has years of kids triathlon under her belt. It's the cutest thing to see little tykes participating in races. They can start with short little runs, riding their tricycle and running through sprinklers, move to pools, little bicycles, and running around a track. And one day, they just may be ready to move into the adult world and compete. So that's all I've got for you this week. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to head over to trinursecoaching.com/worksheet for a free copy of my post-race breakdown worksheet. Next week, we are digging into transitions. Like Francisco said, transition is the 4th sport in triathlon, and I'm going to give you 10 tips to make your transition smooth and fast. Talk to you then. Bye. That's all for now. Thanks for tuning in. I want to get to know you, so head over to trynursecoaching.com and sign up for a free 30-minute goal-setting session. Love the show? I'd be forever grateful if you left a review and shared the podcast with your friends. And remember, do things that are hard.